I'm Coach Corey Wayne. This is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be on relationships. And the question is, should you tell your girl everything? That means somebody you just started dating, or a girlfriend, or a fiance, or a wife. In other words, should you tell them all of your dark, innermost secrets, all the skeletons in your closet, all your dating disasters, share your feelings, all this kind of crap that you hear on TV about sharing your feelings and talking about all the bad things you did. And when you look at a lot of guys, what they do on their first dates is they think, oh, I got to share my feelings, I got to get all this crap out and all these bad things that I've done in my life, get them all out on the table right in the beginning so she can know what she's dealing with, and then she'll fall for me. Well, here's the way I look at it. I talk about this in my book. I actually got an email here from a guy. It's a really short one. He says, "Hey, Corey, I have a question for you. Do you tell everything to your woman? Should a husband tell everything to his wife? Should a man tell everything to his girlfriend or his fiance?" And what I would say to that is especially in the beginning when you're dating a woman, because and you're just learning this stuff that I teach. There's so many things going on that you gotta read her body language, or you gotta look at her physiology. You gotta listen to the words she's saying. You gotta focus on what she's actually saying, how she's saying it. And like I say, is that love is playful and fun. It's not serious. And I know, like I said, it's like what you see in media and TVs. It's like they're always telling you this feminist movement that, guys got to get in touch with their feelings. And it's just amazing. It's like this feminist movement that started like 50 years ago is like trying to turn both sexes into the same. And what it's doing is destroying the polarity. You don't believe me? Sit a bunch of single women down and ask them about guys. And how often do they meet men that actually act like fucking men? Say what they want, mean what they say, go for what they want. They're masculine. They stand up to them. If they don't like something, they say they don't like something. They don't just go along with it. This political correctness bullshit. And they'll tell you themselves. When you look at movies from 30, 40, 50 years ago, all the men act very masculine. The men are the ones that come in. Because look at it this way. Women are physically usually smaller and less strong. And so if you're talking to a woman and yet you start acting very feminine and talking about your feelings, basically acting like another woman, basically. Look at it this way, because she's thinking, okay, now I have to take the lead in this relationship. And I don't want to take the lead in the relationship, because she thinks if she's got to take the lead in the relationship, if something should ever happen where she should be in physical danger, then that means that she's got to take care of the problem herself. And she doesn't want to take care of it. That's the man's job, is to take care of that. And so look at it this way. If what you want to share is not something that's positive, it's not going to help raise her level of interest in you. Because again, love is playful and fun. So you want to keep things playful, keep them light, keep them fun, no heavy subjects, those kinds of things. Like I said, when you're trying to apply all this stuff, there's so much going on. You don't want to be, look at it this way. If it's not going to raise her level of interest in you, keep your mouth shut. Don't tell her. Now, down the road, once she's head over heels in love with you and you feel like you want to reveal your deepest, darkest secrets or whatever, then you can let them out. But just keep in mind, you want to paint it in a positive light. And I'll give you some examples. If you've read my book, you know that I got married when I was in my mid-20s. I made a mistake. I married a girl who was a great gal. I loved her, but I wasn't in love with her. But at the time, I was just too weak. I was a pussy, basically. And I didn't stand up for what I wanted, and I just went along with everything. And so that led me to getting into a marriage that deep down I didn't really want to be in it, but I was trying to make everybody happy. And in the process, I made myself miserable. And, I'm sure you talk to my ex-wife, there were plenty of times to say, yeah, he was a total prick. He made me miserable, too. We made each other miserable. We shouldn't have been in that relationship longer than we were. It should have ended a lot sooner. But a lot of people do that. They settle. They get to a certain point in life, and they just go, well, it's as good as it's going to get. And they're too afraid to go for what they really want, so they just settle because they think, oh, it's too scary to go out and go for what you want in life. So look at it this way. It's like when I look back on my marriage, I mean, to me, it shaped who I am as a man today. It was to me, it was a great experience, even though the relationship wasn't as fulfilling and as amazing as the relationships that I've had since then that I wrote about in my book and then I talk about in my articles all the time. And so when I look back on things or I want to share something, I always, because perception's reality. And when I look at things, I look at the positive in everything, because every person comes to you in life. They have a gift for you, and you have a gift for them. And two people are there in a relationship to help each other grow and become more. And so whenever I talk about a past experience or a breakup, I'll talk about stupid shit that I did, but I don't talk about it in a way, I'm not ashamed of anything. I think if you've been following me for a while, Corey doesn't give a damn about anything. He says what's on his mind, and I tell it like it is. And a lot of people appreciate me for the fact that I'm blunt and I'm brutally honest at times. Sometimes I give a little tough love when it's necessary to gently move people in the other direction. So if you're at a point and you're married or your girlfriend's totally in love with you and things are great and you want to start talking about your past or the mistakes that you made, just keep in mind, talk about it, say, yeah, I was a total douchebag here. However, this really shaped who I am today. It was a great experience, even though there was quite a bit of pain and that we both experienced in that previous relationship or relationships. I grew from it. I became a stronger person. I became a better man because of it. It helped me become a better communicator, and that's the way you want to share it. So if you are going to share your baggage and your negative crap, make sure you put a positive spin on it. And tell her what you learned about it and how it's helped you and shaped you as who you are today. And like I said, when I look at things, it's like I'm not ashamed of myself. I'm not embarrassed of anything I've done in the past. And I really don't give a flying fuck what other people think of me. Why? Because 300 years from now, nobody's going to give a shit who you or I or anybody else that's on the planet right now at this time was or what we did. It won't fucking matter. Because they'll have new experiences. It'll be completely different, but right now this is our time, so we should enjoy it while we're here. Life is a gift, and you never know what's going to be taken away from you. So you got to enjoy it while it lasts. Keep it funny, keep it light, and if it's not positive and it's not going to help your situation, then keep it to yourself and keep your mouth shut. So if you find this message of value, you can show your appreciation by going down to the Wibia toolbar, which is at the bottom of your screen. If you're watching this video on my website, and click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information in this video. At the very least, please share this page with all of your friends and family by clicking any one of the social network sharing buttons, which are also located in the Wibia toolbar at the bottom of your screen. And if you have a question that you want to ask me or there's a topic that you'd like me to cover in a future video newsletter, click the Contact Me tab, which is on the left-hand side of your screen, and just send me 3 or 4 paragraphs max detailing your situation, your questions, or your challenges. And you just got to give me several days to get back to you with a response because I get a lot of email from the internet. I also get quite a bit of email from my paying phone coaching customers. I obviously got to concentrate on them first. But be patient and I will get back to you. And if you want to talk to me right away so I can help you with a specific situation or challenge that you're having in your life, you can book a paid phone coaching session with me personally by clicking the Products tab, which is at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. And I will talk to you soon.